Before the fire and the teleportation, Nysera Voltheim was the quiet, observant daughter of a merchant family. Her hair was an ordinary brown, her eyes a deep, dark shade. These features provided a biological baseline, a metric for the physical toll her future choices would eventually extract. She grew up in a world defined by ledgers, inventory, and practical trades. It was a life of strict commerce, entirely separated from the influence of magic. Nysera began ignoring the profitable scrolls of her family's trade, spending nights tracking down information that didn't have a price tag. That private restlessness made the unknown her only real escape. That escape took the form of ancient, forbidden languages. She moved from curiosity to obsession, seeking out texts that had been buried for centuries. These scrolls were banned because they weren't just records of the past, they were dormant containers for sealed, volatile power. To a young scholar, these warnings looked like academic puzzles. Nysera approached the magic with the dangerous naivete of someone who believed every secret was meant to be uncovered. She was walking into an ancient trap, treating a predatory force as a simple research project. At 17, her research led her beneath the earth, into the crypt of a ruined temple. There, resting on a stone altar, she discovered an obsidian book. It was completely sealed, yet pulsing with a faint, eerie crimson light. This was the Obsidian Covenant. It functions as a parasitic transaction, offering an infinite supply of outward power in exchange for a hidden internal payment. Without pausing to decipher the full terms of the agreement, Nysera accepted the pact. The covenant was a gateway that only swung in one direction. The moment she reached for the power, the trap locked itself from the inside. The physical reaction that night was immediate and violent. Her silver-white hair and crimson eyes became permanent fixtures of her new reality, biological damage that could never be reversed. The power arrived instantly, but it brought its own chaotic will. The magic resisted her command from the very first second. It exists in a state of constant overflow, attempting to surge out of her control even when she is at rest. These mutations are the signature of a biological rewrite. They are the visible marks of a permanent parasitic takeover of her entire system. Nysera is now a legend, a feared mage capable of conjuring fire and crossing space in an instant. To the outside world, her destructive, chaotic nature looks like a tactical choice or a signature style. That chaos is actually the ongoing cost of her agreement. It is a toll she pays every moment she remains conscious. The magic is constantly trying to breach her mental defenses, forcing her to spend most of her energy simply suppressing her own abilities. She lives as a desperate warden. Her true effort is directed at the power trying to break out from within. Her daily existence is a quiet, exhausting attempt to tame the obsidian book that is now fused to her mind. Every battle she wins on the field is secondary to the invisible struggle required just to cast a single spell safely. It takes immense psychological endurance to maintain her own identity against a force that wants to consume her. The terms of the covenant mean this war has no end. She can only exert enough willpower to delay the inevitable. Nysera Voltheim's legacy is her agonizing, lifelong refusal to be consumed. She remains the only battle the Obsidian Covenant has yet to win.